Ray J had already, his family had a lot of wealth prior to any of this, you know, where they had, his sister had a TV show called Moesha, where she, you know, she was an R&B singer, but it was a show that came out in the 90s. It had Tyrese on it. It was Tyrese's first acting gig. Yeah.
From Fast and Furious.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, boy? What up, bro? How's everything with you, man? Good. Oh, Troy, this is Moesha.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So, we don't see you around much, Troy. You must not hang out.
No, I don't hang out. I'm all about the books.
That's good, that's good. Have a girlfriend?
No.
A boyfriend?
Mo! I'm not seeing anyone right now. I'm just, you know, I have a hard time talking to women.
My best friend is Brandy, and we'd always shop together. She'd always ask me to be, you know, oh, you have to help me out, be my stylist. And I'd never assisted a stylist before. I never went to school for it. I never, you know, really knew what the job really entailed. So I just kind of blew it off, and we'd always shop together. And one day she called me and was like, will you be my stylist? And I said, sure. You know, she'd always said it. I thought she was kidding. And the next day, her record company called me and hired me. And like a week later, we left for a 3-week promotional tour in Europe. And I had to dress her and her dancers. And I was like freaked out. And she was amazing. And she was like, don't worry, I'll walk you through the whole thing.
So how did Kim repay Brandy for everything she did for her? Well, she only stole money from Brandy, villainized her younger brother, and trashed Brandy's biggest inspiration, Whitney Houston.
It was his first acting gig or whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah, him and Moesha were pretty tight. And through that avenue, Ray J ended up getting his own show. They both had shows in the 90s. And then the family was really smart. They decided to get involved into the production aspect of it. So they syndicated a lot of their episodes. In order to syndicate a TV show, you need 100 episodes.
Yeah.
To syndicate it. Once it's 100 episodes, you can then sell the show to different markets. So you can sell the show to a distributor in Ukraine.
UK or some shit.
Yeah, or the UK or South America, and they'll do translations in other languages, and then you will forever get financial residuals
of course,
off a show that's syndicated.
It's like Friends.
Yeah, it's like Friends. Yeah, Friends.
Friends keep making money.
Friends, Seinfeld.
Does,
you know, yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Reminds me of Kanye. Kanye's in the news a lot lately. but Kanye got attacked by Jennifer Aniston on Friends. And she was like, Kanye, what you're doing with this presidential election thing, it's not funny. And he's like, yeah, Friends wasn't funny either.
That's a burn.
It's a hell of a comeback, man.
That was a good comeback because
I never got into Friends.
You know what I've noticed? It's just people who sit there and it's like background noise.
Yeah. It's just show to put on while you're cooking.
You know.
Yeah, it's like a loose night.
Like I wouldn't look at it and be like, wow, this is the best writing I've ever.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
This is genius.
Yeah. But back to what we were saying with
big old Ray J.
Ray J and Kim K. So their family, Ray J's sister and, you know, his family, they were all set up financially.
So what would make them...
And so they would have no incentive necessarily to have a sex tape being released. Now, Kim, on the other hand, Kim was working as Paris Hilton's pretty much personal stylist, you know, and almost like personal assistant. And so Kim sort of gained a bit of notoriety initially early on in the hip hop industry. She was targeting different rappers, producers. Her first husband was a guy named Damien. Forgot his surname, but Damien's his main name. He's here. Yeah, so Damien and her got married, and she was looped into this whole Black Mafia family thing in Atlanta. So she had a very early start into the music industry, and apparently she lost her virginity to a member of 3T, which is a pop group.
The hell?
Yeah, which is a pop group that was, these were the sons of Tito Jackson. So she lost her virginity to one of the Jacksons, like cousins, from the Jackson family. So that shows
started off small.
That shows you how insidious this Hollywood, this Hollywood lifestyle is, or whatever.
Kim started off from the bottom, now we hit.
Yeah, so Kim has been on the hunt for some sort of
working her way up
prestige for a long time, and when Paris Hilton blew up after her sex tape. Allegedly, there was a lot of resentment between Paris and Kim, and more so Kim's mom, because Kim's mom had lost a lot of money when their dad passed away you know, and they became very financially in ruin to the point where they were almost put out in a sense of being like homeless. And so Kim's mom was like, okay, well, we can't go back to being poor. You're being Paris' personal assistant. So Kim started leveraging calling paparazzi to notify them about Paris Hilton's location ahead of time. But in order for her to divulge where Paris is going to be, she got the paparazzi to promise that they would also take photos of her. So, and the paparazzi agreed to it. So they started shooting Kim separately. Paris just started seeing it popping up and populating, going, oh, I guess they got some photos of you too. But Paris didn't necessarily know what was going on. So Kim's mom conspired to have a sex tape put together based off Paris Hilton's instant fame and her doing this
Night in Paris.
Yeah, Night in Paris, and then her getting a reality TV show from MTV based off it with Nicole Richie.
Damn.
The Simple Life.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's Lionel Richie's daughter, by the way, just in case no one.
Exactly. Lionel's been in New Zealand quite a few. Lionel's got kids everywhere.
Hey, he's a busy man.
I ran into Lionel a few times at the airport, but yeah, he's always coming down to Australia. He's got a little love child sprinkled all over the world. He's Nick Cannon. He's Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
Speaking of Nick used to date Kim.
Knowing Ye.
Do you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Well, you introduced Kanye to Kim Kardashian.
I believe so. It was one night when, you know, me and Kim was kicking it or whatever, and me, Kim, and Paris Hilton went to a club in New York, and we was hanging with Lil' Kim was there, and Kanye came to my table, and I was like, yo, meet my chick Kim, and he was like, oh, like that was me, because that was early. That was like 2005, 2006. And then on my 26th birthday, Kim threw me a party at the store, and she was like, oh yeah, your friend Kanye, you want? Like she was asking me all the people I wanted to be there. And she like invited him and all of that stuff. He came through. I was like, so they had never met before that other night.
You know?
That's true.
Kim, Nick was with Kim when the sex tape got released. Nick asked her about it, and she denied that there was ever a sex tape existing, and that was sort of what ended their relationship, because he had already heard through the grapevine she had a tape that was in the pipeline. He was just like, yo, I wanted her to be truthful and honest, and she couldn't be honest to me. And he said the one thing that I really admire about her is that she changed the standard of beauty.
Well, you know, I mean, Kim Kardashian is, you know, she did change the concept of beauty, but she also changed the acceptance of plastic surgery and everything else like that.
And that's
because, I mean, did she have plastic surgery when you guys were dating?
Nah, we used to talk about it. I used to tell her no.
She was always voluptuous. You could look at old pictures of her in high school and stuff like that.
And it was phenomenal for someone who you probably thought you didn't know she was half Armenian or whatever. Like, yo, that white girl got ass. And I remember like she didn't like her nose, and I'm like, yo, you're beautiful. She would talk about wanting stuff or being unhappy with certain things, and I'm like, nah, like you good. Like embrace your flaws. That's your character. That's what makes you are. Because I remember, and I still don't even know, but I remember her nose, like she used to have an issue because she thought she had like a more, as she called it, Armenian nose. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Like that's you. And like, because to me, that's all insecurity and not really loving yourself for who you are. Where's the line between taking care of yourself and vanity? They're trying to keep up. Like Father Time is undefeated.
Right.
So a lot of these women are happy with how they looked when they were 25, but now they're 30, 35, 40, and they want to still look how they looked when they were 25. I mean, what are all of these women who've gotten plastic surgery going to look like in 20 years? Well, like I see them do the cheek injections.
Yeah.
And these are women like, yo, you were beautiful last week. And that's what these doctors are brainwashing these women with. They're telling that this procedure is gonna make you look younger. They're not even saying it's gonna make you look beautiful. I think they're not chasing beauty anymore. They're chasing youth, because they're going to age. And that's the reason why plastic surgery is such a booming business. But we get to this place, especially people who are placed in front of the public eye, they want to be this avatar, like non-human ideal of what they think they should look like, opposed to just being who they actually are.
He was just like, it was a big goal of hers, and she told me this. She felt it was hard for her being an ethnic brown girl, her to be curvaceous, and have brunette hair, and she really wanted to make it cool. And now Kim is like the walking avatar for what a lot of these Instagram models want to be.
Much, yeah.
Prior to that, it was the girls from Model Mayhem.
Like Kate Moss and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Skinny.
The girls
really
that look like more mayhem than model. We all know these girls, the Tila Tequilas and
oh my god, I remember that show.
Yeah.
She was kind of like a Kim Kardashian.
Dude, I used to talk to Tila Tequila on MySpace.
Oh god damn.
Tila Tequila would become one of the original pioneers of social media thanks to her uber popular MySpace profile and her prolific photo spreads for Playboy magazine.
Who's got over 2 million friends on MySpace, been on Stuff, Maxim, and Time, and is in fact Vietnam's finest export. That's right, Tila Tequila.
Back then, she was even known to call a new fan of hers each day. She told Time, "There's a million hot naked chicks on the internet. There's a difference between those girls and me. Those chicks don't talk back to you."
Like MySpace initially was like almost like it was a college only sort of social media site. And then they opened it up to like general public and it became almost like a dating site. Oh. So I used to chat with Tila like through Messenger and I had some weird screen name. I had like, well, it was like B-Boy Space Kid. I was a breakdancer, guys. I still breakdance, okay? Fucking, you got served. If you look at all my older pictures, which you'll see here, fuckboy vibes. Complete fuckboy vibes.
I was gonna say Tila Tequila, her show was kind of gross. She like the show I remember when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
She would date like 6 guys or something, and she'd like be making out with like 6, 7 guys. It was nasty.
Dudes, yeah.
And like be in bed with like a different guy each time. I remember as a kid, I was like, ew.
That was the precursor to OnlyFans.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was getting your reality TV show and making out with random dudes and stuff.
In 2007, Tila was arguably at the peak of her popularity. That's when she signed up for her very own reality dating series on MTV titled A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. Producers behind the series would line up 16 men and 16 women for Tila to choose from, and then at the end of the very first episode, they dropped the bombshell that Tila was bisexual.
I never told anyone this before. I'm a bisexual. Oh.
But to absolutely no one's surprise, the entire series, all 2 seasons, turned out to be nothing more than a sham. Not only did Tila never date the winners from either season, but a source close to production told Page 6, Tila made out with some girls in her past, as all girls have, but she's not bi at all. In 2018, Tila herself would confirm this fact after she posted a confession on her evangelic YouTube page. Don't worry, we're gonna get to explaining how she got there. It's a long story.
I was never bisexual. I was never lesbian. I was never gay. It was all gay for pay.
So that was the goal, was to become a reality TV girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Jessica Simpson, Kim Kardashian, Tila Tequila. Yeah. Like there were so many of them back in those days.
Either you were doing music, either you were a music video girl, or you were doing reality TV. So so Ray J and this whole tape or whatever couldn't have come to fruition and been signed off on without Kim's authority and authorization, and her mom helped conspire to it, to the fact that they found out there was 2 different tapes.
Kim Kardashian got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the 2, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The 3rd sex tape or the 2nd they've been trying to play me on, they called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the motherfucker and said, hey, we're going to go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
Yeah, and her mom watched one. That's the part that I found really weird. The fact that you can sit there and watch your child do these things, and then like just watching like it's like any other business meeting. Oh yeah, that's good. You know what? We're gonna go with Kim getting it from behind. We'll take that one.
Like, yeah, the doggy style wasn't that good.
Yeah, what the?
Kim's blowjob was. Kim, I taught you better.
It's just nasty.
This is what I got for Simone and Allison. Nice pipe, huh?
And it's crazy because this woman will deny this to the ends of the fucking earth. Like you can show her the contract, and you can show her even a message of her saying that she signed this and she let it out, and I still think that the mum will still deny it.
I literally fell apart. I had to go in a room and cry. I don't think anything can prepare you for something like that when it comes to your daughter.
Kris Jenner will still deny it.
Yeah, I mean, and this actually goes back to different biological conversations we were talking about men and women, where women will just deny anything regarding body count or anything sexual because innately they know that their value is tied to their purity. So they will purport that they're saints and that they're pure, they're in touch. No, I had nothing to do with it. I was completely innocent. And they will carry that to the grave. Hey guys, if you want to watch more clips, click here.
And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here.